Hello, hi, welcome to, I don't know, this isn't really like a series, I feel like, but I don't know. Welcome to this video. How about that? Welcome to this video. It's me, Cranberry. How's it going? Hopefully you're having a good day today. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Instead of playing the game on Darkness 15, we are going to be attempting to make a build that accomplishes one of this game's achievements. Today's achievement we're trying to accomplish is the Pacifist achievement, which is pretty tricky. It's tough to do. If you don't know, the Pacifist achievement is just surviving the night without shooting a single shot. That's all you gotta do. You just gotta make it through the whole day. No shooting allowed. So, to do that, we're gonna play Hina. Hina, pretty clearly the best character to play for this because she's the only character who can even generate damage without shooting. You could argue that Lilith kind of can, but not very well. And there's some fringe cases for something like Shauna if you're a psychopath. But we're going to be playing Hina. We're going to be using the grenade launcher because the shadow clone damage is based on your weapon's damage. So the grenade launcher just has the highest damage. A couple things to note. So I should actually say I did a dry run of this before doing this. I learned a couple of things. One, gun glyph at first seems like a pretty good choice for this challenge because you can't shoot. This does some damage. That's useful. No, this is terrible because the grenade launcher absolutely cannibalizes a gun glyph. The bullets that this shoots are equivalent to the gun you're using. So you're using the grenade launcher. This is going to shoot grenade launcher shots off of the gun glyph. Does not work very well, as I learned the hard way. Another thing I learned during that run, the skill Splinter. I think it's Splinter. I forget. The one where whenever enemies die, they shoot out 3 bullets that deal 10% damage. Same idea. Grenade launcher does not work with that. So, again, gun glyph is a no-go, and so is Splinter. Things to keep in mind that are very important for this run. When it comes to our actual skills here, we'll walk through them real quick. We've got power. Makes sense. Just increase summon damage. Close combat. Makes sense to me, at least, because very oftentimes enemies will be getting pretty close to us, so dealing extra damage when they're close to us just kind of makes sense. Barrage, not that good. We do have ways of inflicting elemental damage still, but not very good for us. And then Aftershock, we don't shoot, so this is nothing, right? When it comes to the tier 4 or tier 3 abilities, I guess if you want to call them, gun glyph again is a no-go. Wild magic again, we do have some ways of inflicting status, but I actually like glass cannon here for this build quite a bit. Again, we don't shoot, but our bullet damage does increase the damage of our shadow clones from Hina. This ends up being pretty good, and Hina having 3 starting HP means that it rounds up, and we only take 1 damage at the start of the round for a 25% increase in damage. To me, worth it. Now, unfortunately, I'm a broke bitch here, so we only have 1 rank in dedication. The thing, though, about dedication is that it's not that useful because hopefully we will pretty quickly have more than 1 summon. So again, not that useful here. Moving over to the shield side, we're opting for vigilance here. Pretty good. I actually like seismic wards on this build a lot. Seems pretty useful. Once every 5 seconds, a knockback effect. Pretty good. Elemental shield, again, we have ways of inflicting status, but not that reliably, and basically not at all for frost, I think. So this really only affects for fire, which is, again, not terrible, but I like the seismic ward, especially for the early game. I've opted for blessing here instead of healing. Hina has a much lower HP pool, so I like just having this, holy shield to begin. And you'll see that there's the lightning effect. I think it's like divine shield. I forget the name of which one it is, but there's an effect where when you have your shield up, you deal lightning damage every second. That ends up being pretty useful in the early game too if we see it. So I like blessing here. And then lastly, growth. Big fan of growth. You know me. Guardian, I don't like the fact that it's destroying our summons, but maybe it's worth it. I don't know. And second win, not bad either. But I think the XP gain is really important, or I feel like it's important. That might be just me being dumb though. Who knows? Anyway, without further ado, let's hop in. Let's play the game. We're gonna be playing. If it wasn't obvious, we're gonna be playing on Darkness 0. By the way, I think there's a reasonable argument to be made that Darkness 1 might be easier because more early game enemies means more experience. More experience means getting your build set up correctly sooner. However, I think this is gonna kill me in the late game because more enemy spawns in the late game probably not good. So we're gonna opt with Darkness Zero for this challenge. Also, I've been told, I haven't tested it myself, and I'm pretty sure you cannot get the Pacifist achievement on quick play mode. It has to be on standard mode. That's what we'll be doing here. Without further ado, let's hop in. If you haven't seen the ability before, Shadow Clone, you do a bit of a dash move, right? And it leaves this little clone behind, which should attack. There it is. Okay, jeez. Right, it's an attack. Cool, cool, cool. First level, what do we get? There's Divine Wrath. I guess we'll take it here. Seems good in the early game. Every second getting a lightning bolt here seems fine. One thing to note as well, I'm not going to use it that much probably, but the, or maybe in the early game I'll use it more, but the Shadow Clone, if you're stationary and you don't move when you activate it, it just puts it at your feet. You don't have to dash when you use it. It's fun to dash, but you're not required. Now, I guess we'll just take Divine Blessing, not for the actual effect here. The move speed is okay, I suppose. What was the other one called, by the way? It is Divine Wrath. Okay, so Divine Blessing, Divine Wrath. We'll do this just so we can get Stalwart Shield to show up sooner. These are all pretty bad upgrades for us. Now, probably our #1 upgrade here in the early game is the Dragon Egg. Mainly because we want to unlock the Dragon Head, the Dragon Egg boosts as soon as possible as well. There's 2 perks in the Dragon Egg tree that revolve around just living for a long period of time. And the sooner we get them, the better it is. So, I mean, I'll take a Ghost Friend, don't get me wrong. The shield capstone's pretty good there, but what if we just don't ever get hit? Have you thought about that? Now, one thing we're going to be often trying to do here is, like, you know, getting in front of some enemies, dashing at the last second, and then letting the attack hit there. If you notice, the Shadow Clone attack is on a timer, basically. So as long as we time it correctly, we can basically dash and then immediately attack with the clone. I messed it up there, but you can kind of see it, I think, right? So we do dash, it attacks, kind of just how it works. And it usually does about 3 attacks before the clone dissipates. Again, it's on a timer, so it depends. Maybe you can get 4 attacks in if you time it correctly. I don't know. I will take the light weaponry here just so it starts showing up here too. Man, I don't know. Maybe it is just 100% confirmation bias, but it does feel like there's some sort of mechanic in this game similar to Vampire Survivors, where when you have an item unlocked, there's your luck stat increases the odds of it showing up more, right? That makes sense. If you have, like for example, Whip, it, like, according to Vampire Survivors, your luck stat increases the odds of Whip showing up in further upgrades. But I don't know if that's true. I'm more or less just making up that stat in this game. I know it exists in Vampire Survivors. I don't know if it exists in this game, but it does kind of feel like it, right? But that could extremely be just confirmation bias. So hard to say. Anyway. So you can imagine what a nightmare it is to try to do this without playing Hina. But there's arguments to be made, I think, specifically for Shanna. And really only Shanna. Now, Age Dragon here is fantastic. The sooner we see these upgrades for the dragon, if you don't know, Age Dragon and Train Dragon here. Age Dragon, 8 damage every 60 seconds. This still works even if your dragon is in its egg. And then Train Dragon, attack speed increase. The sooner we get these, the better. So love to see them here. But let's look at this for example, right? Out of all of the abilities that can show up in the game right now, once we unlock both of the shield upgrades, the Divine Shield and Divine Wrath, or whatever it's called, right? We've seen the Stalwart Shield show up at least 2, maybe 3 times in the shop. Not saying that's definitive, but it does feel like it increases the odds of it showing up, right? If you have the other things unlocked for it. But I don't know. Again, it's really tough to say. And you know what? Right off the bat there, right? Like we don't see the shield now this time. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Whatever. That's my tinfoil hat conspiracy here. Is that there's some sort of mechanic some sort of hidden mechanic that makes items that you already have more likely to show up. Let's kill this Cthulhu, and let's see what we get now. Let's take this. This was the worst ability to get for Hina here, because, I don't know if you know this, we don't shoot our gun. This does nothing, unfortunately. But you know, whatever, it's fine. The other two abilities are actually really good. It's a damn shame we got those here. Now, Train Dragon, easy take. Because again, we care about getting these as soon as possible. We got them both, I would say, pretty quickly. That feels pretty good. We got Dragon at the 1750 mark. So that means at 1450 it should show, because it's 3 minutes. Which is basically just in time for the reindeer fight, which is pretty cool. It'd be nice to have the dragon pop in for that. Anyway. How you out there, the viewer, how's your day going? Hopefully you're having a good one. I had a pretty good day today. Sorry, I really struggle to fill dead air, I feel like, with just talking about nonsense. I've been doing this YouTube thing for a while now at this point, and it feels like it's still... I'm getting better at it, I feel like, but it's still tough. It's still really tough to just talk. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Well, let's talk about what we need next in this build. What we're really looking for here to make this really work for us. Energetic friends, very good. This is the ghost. I love how the ghost does all of the abilities after the first one do help your summons out. So this one's just all of your summons get increased attack speed. Now keep an eye on the dagger. I think that attack speed increases how fast the summons move, which kind of like intuitively makes sense, but I just don't know if it actually does or not. So, I mean, you the viewer, can rewind and compare the before and after here. Let me know if it moves faster. I think it does move faster once you have the increased attack speed, right? Maybe I'm crazy, but it feels like it moves faster, right? I don't know. I'm going to say it a lot this episode. Again, hard to say. Who is to say? It's hard to tell. Anyway. There's the reindeer, which means in about 10 seconds, dragon should be on. There we go, we got a hit. There it is. We want the reindeer to move through the path of the shadow clone whenever possible. I will take a heavy weaponry here for sure. Roughly here. There we go. I think it hit. You should be pretty close. What's funny about this fight is that if you ask my opinion. Oh, also it died outside of the range of this. Okay, unfortunate. If you ask my opinion, the reindeer is, I think, the hardest enemy or the hardest fight in the game, because you can have a lot of builds that just don't get set up in time. And if they're missing their like crucial skills, the reindeer can just kind of walk all over you. But for the pacifist build, like the summoner build, by the way, also Tome of Summoning, without a doubt, you know, really the only thing we actually care about from these tomes. I wish these tomes were a little bit more varied. Like a lot of times they just feel like they're just not worth anything. Like Tome of Elements is not that good. But whatever. What am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, reindeer. For the summoner build, the reindeer actually feels like a lot easier than most of the other bosses in this game, which I think is pretty interesting. So, interesting thing about In Sync, I'm pretty... first off, actually, you know what I'm going to do here? I want to see where the dragon shoots, because with In Sync... Oh, you know what? The dragon just shoots where you're aiming the reticle now. I wonder if the description of the dragon says that, because it does, for sure. Look at that, look at that. It always shoots where we're pointing it. You go down, it goes down. Yeah, okay, cool. I thought that... I thought on a previous run I was playing on my own, I thought that In Sync changed the direction of the dragon shots as well. Now I just know that dragon just shoots where you're aiming. which is extremely valuable info to have. We can probably just like kill some of the bosses by just aiming the dragon shots at them now. Give me the vitality. Give me the HP increase. You haven't taken any damage yet, but we probably will soon. Better safe than sorry on this one, I think. Anyway. We've finished the knives now, so the knives are gonna the knife builds are going to stop showing up in the skill pool. I don't know. Again, sorry, not very good at talking to myself still. We're working on it. Dragon Bond seems fine. You could just take Power Shot for more damage for your Shadow Clones, but we'll just take the Dragon Bond. It's nice to finish up the capstones, because again, I tinfoil hat, I think that they're more likely to show up, and I would like to see a little bit more variety in my pool of skills showing up. I feel like I would be shocked if people data mined this game to figure out info like that. But that's how I learned, at least, about the Vampire Survivors luck mechanic of items being more likely to show up. Is that not that I data mined Vampire Survivors? I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to data mining or data for that matter. But I found out about the Vampire Survivors mechanic because someone showed me a bunch of info that was data mined about the game, and that there was a mechanic that was there's a mechanic in Vampire Survivors that is luck makes it more likely for items you already have to show up in future level ups. Shit's starting to get a little hectic now. We're getting some more enemies here. We can honestly just the dragon itself is going to do pretty good work for us right now. We can just kind of, you know, leave a Shadow Clone behind us here and just kind of cut through swaths of foes. Now this is all bad. I guess we'll take haste because blazing speed is actually kind of funny. Because we're not shooting, we're always activating the blazing speed effect basically. So we're going to be lighting nearby enemies on fire, and then also in the wind, pretty good for us too. And then just, you know, movement speed is good. Let's just go out, you know, and say that right now. Right? Go. It is cool how much damage the dragon does. Like, it's notable. Ooh, one thing we should look out for here too is magic lens. If you didn't know, and actually I don't know about the dragon shots, but the ghost shots specifically, the ghost friends shots can be passed through the magic lens and have their damage increased multiple times. So yeah, it's a 30% increase each time you pass it through, but you can pass it through like, you know, 8 million times if you want to. And it ramps up quite considerably. We'll take the movement speed for now because I don't value it that much, but it's just funny. And I wanna one-shot a boss with it, and that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, but you can get to do like 100,000 damage in a single shot if you like ramp it up enough really quickly. You know, just jiggling back and forth as the orb passes through the lens. I forgot to put the clones down. We've been traveling up for a while. Let's travel down. Let's pick up some of the XP we probably missed up here. If we want to, we can probably just stand still and like let the Shadow Clone just keep enemies off our back. I'd rather just kill them. Okay, we'll take Insync now. Attack speed, increased damage. Give me that magic lens, baby. Magic lens time. Clone down. Oh, we're getting. What is it? The 9-minute or the 8-minute mark where the coughing shows up. What do you guys call that? Because it's a you know, you can't convince me that that's not the Pokemon coughing, right? This upcoming boss. I think it has to be. Vengeful Ghost. Yeah, sure, right? Oh, Lampreys are here now too. Boy. We're still, you know, messing them up, but still. Gross. What's funny is it might actually be easier to handle the Lampreys than it is to handle those guys, because our dragon's just doing so much raw damage. That's actually handling them pretty well. Like, a lot of builds don't have problems with the brains because they don't have that high of an HP, and they output a lot of bullets but not a lot of actual damage. And then they get to the lampreys, and the lampreys take so many hits to kill that they struggle. But as you can see here, we don't even need the shadow clone. With the shadow clone in the mix here, it is not even close to being an issue. But whatever, no, it's fine. Okay, we gotta be careful of the eyeball shots now. They're gonna be a little bit problematic here. We have enough move speed. I'll just take the giant. I'll take the 1-up mushroom here. Is this like copyright infringement here? Like, this is very obviously a Mario reference, right? I think we can like all 100% agree. Mushroom that makes you giant, makes you bigger, is Mario. You know, actually, let's take the magic lens. Let's get the lens in the mix here now. But like could if you're a lawyer, one, I'm not asking for legal advice. That's apparently a thing that they always talk about, is like, this is not legal advice, etc., right? But two, is this like a suable offense here, would you say? Like putting you know, an obvious reference in your video game to the Super Mario games? I would say no, right? Like, or at the very least, God, I hope not. You can't sue for this, because that would just be really depressing. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. So we're at the 8-minute mark here coming up. The coughing should be here any moment. Coughing's pretty tough, I feel like, but you know, we'll see. And with this newfound knowledge, the dragon does just shoot where you aim it. I guess we have instinct, so this knowledge is not newfound to me this run. I don't know. We'll see. There's coughing. It's freaking coughing, man. It's coughing or Minior. You're not, if you that's like not a deep cut, but it is like, you know, a die-hard Pokemon fan cut. Minior, I feel like a pretty cool Pokemon. I feel like people hate on that guy, and it's a really cool Shell Smash user, but whatever. Coughing's already dead. What the hell? Did it get Ghost Orb and I didn't even realize? What happened there? Hidden Blade, very good. Happy to have this. Summon Mastery, happy to have this too. That's tight. Okay. Cool. This seems to be going well. How much does our actual dash do on hit? It looks like it does like 120 damage. Roughly, or maybe even just like 100. It's looking like 120, as far as I can tell. So something to keep in mind there. Don't rely on this to kill a lamprey. It'll kill a brain for sure, but a lamprey, not so much. Things are getting a little chaotic, but we're looking pretty good here. Again, dragon shots, no problem. Just really cutting through this. Happy we got all those dragon upgrades so early. And then the magic lens, you know, helping too. So, you know, fire a couple back. Trying to optimize the magic lens here if we can. Don't rely on it too much though. It's nice here. It's a damage increase, but not essential, I would say. One thing we can try to do here as well, we should try to keep in mind the position of the dragon, and we can kind of aim it through the lens, potentially. Bouncing shots, I don't think do anything here. Nothing really does much of anything. I guess we'll just take this. Yeah, maybe we can find focal point, which is, I think, better? Weird. I don't know, though. I don't know if reducing the lens size is a better or a worse thing here. For double the effect, it's probably better, but I don't know. Hey, you're getting a little too close to me there, bud. I would love to double back here if we can get the chance, because I want to pick up all the experience we've been leaving behind us here from these shadow clones. There we go. Probably not that much experience, but it looks pretty good. It's actually quite a bit. This is all out of these. I guess I'll take the increase in pickup range. They're all pretty bad. Anyway, whatever. The last boss shows up at the 5-minute mark, I think, and then like the second to last, I guess technically. Last shows up at 5, and then the next one shows up at 4, I think, right? Or maybe it's 3, I forget actually. Get ready for the lightning barrier here. Yep. Damn. That was so fast. That's crazy. Yo, Dragon's actually sick. I've changed my mind. Dragon's actually really cool. Although maybe not. I don't know. That's really strong. That's hard to that in Darkness 15 will kill any boss also that quickly. Basically, that was really good. We should take not this. Absolutely not this. We should take not this. We're just gonna take Tome of Speed. I guess fine. I guess we'll take Igniting Lens. This doesn't really matter too much. I think we're just smooth sailing from here because the pterodactyl will be easy to kill as well, I imagine. More or less as easy to kill as the giant eyeball demon. So yeah. Yeah, that I feel like is the fastest a build of mine has ever killed that thing. That was cool. And if you timed it correctly, you could definitely get like a one-shot kill with the ghost shot. That's pretty tricky to do. Okay, where is Terry the pterodactyl? I know you're here somewhere. There he is, motherfucker. Yep, there he goes. Again, pickup ranges, I guess. Oh, I will take Blazing Speed, actually. Let's take the Blazer. Shadow Clone increase attack speed seems pretty good here. I don't know what hit me, but fuck you. You're getting a little chaotic, huh? Little crazy. Shadow Clone's holding them back though, it looks like. We'll take In the Wind. Even though we just took damage, I think we want In the Wind here. We got our Holy Shield back, that's nice. That's very good. Wouldn't hate to see Gigantic now though, or whatever. Giant is the name of the ability. Wouldn't hate to see Giant at some point now though. Would be good. You know what the orb, passing the ghost orb through the magic lens reminds me of? There's like a strategy in Vampire Survivors where you take like a slow moving projectile like the fireball from the evolved fire wand. Hold on, let's take a thing here before I ramble. These all stink. Let's see. I doubt it. No, actually, I do doubt it. Let's just take Lair. Lair is actually kind of useful. Let's see if fire rate increases the fire rate of the dragon, but it almost definitely doesn't, because why would it? So this whole passing the ghost attack through the magic lens thing kind of reminds me of the strategy in Vampire Survivors where you get like either fireball wand evolved or the axe evolved. I forget what is it? Death. Oh, what is it called? I forget the name of it, but you get them to basically you just run really fast to the left or right and you stack them up as they come out, and you make like just a wall of projectiles, and you run along with them, and they just kind of kill everything in one hit because they're piercing. And yeah, that's it. That's what it reminds me of. Lamprey shouldn't be a big issue here. Should kind of just chop through them pretty easily, I imagine. Only thing I'm really worried about is the eyeball shooters, because in the just the kind of blind nonsense here of me running forward, it'd be pretty easy to miss a couple of stray shots. Me pickup range? I don't know. You could take sight magic and then try to get like frost shots here, I suppose. Oh, let's do it. Sure, why not, right? Yeah, good work, summon build. I think this build can also win in Darkness 15. I'm not gonna do it next, but I think I will do a video trying to beat the game on Darkness 15 with a pacifist run. That'd be pretty cool. Like, this does seem strong enough, and it might take a little bit of high rolling to get there, but I think we could do it. I mean, this high rolled pretty well, I would say, right? Like, we got the egg at like the 18-minute mark roughly. That's pretty good, and then we got the 2 egg upgrades very fast as well. So I don't see, you know, I don't see why this can't win at Darkness 15 too. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Maybe it's a little too early to call GG here, but I think we've kind of got this one wrapped up, it looks like. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this helps you too. Usually the videos I make are purely meant for entertainment, like just like, you know, me playing Monster Train or something and just doing well. But this, you know, it's kind of interesting to make videos that are more focused on not educational. There's definitely not educational videos, but videos with more meat to them, with more actual purpose rather than just being fun or I don't know. Interesting. Anyway, whatever. Get me out of here. We win. We've done it. Oh, I also got the achievement. I didn't realize I didn't have it. I got the achievement for beating the game with all of the summons. That's neat. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. We're going to be doing the Abbey grenade launcher build next. I'm pretty positive. So, yeah. Goodbye.